Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speedboarding video. So in today's video I'm doing something which I really wanted to do for a really long time, but I just haven't done it yet. And basically around about 2 weeks ago I did a limited pack build, and I only used Cats and Dogs, Parenthood and Spa Day, and they are the most popular packs in each of their categories. So stuff packs, game packs and expansion packs, they are the most, I believe it's the most bought or the most played. I'm not completely sure, but I did that build around about 2 weeks ago, and I said in there that I want to do some more limited pack builds, just because I take into consideration that not everyone has the packs, and plus they're really fun to try and build something with the objects which you'll not really tend to use in, because you normally use all the same objects that you'd normally use. And so I said I'd do one a little while ago, and I just haven't got around to it until today. And so basically I did a randomized pack build thing. So this is what this is. So I went on the Sim Supply or James Turner's website, and there's a way that you can just randomize an amount of packs. And someone actually said that I should do 3 in the comment on that limited pack build, but I decided to do 5 because all of the other randomized packs challenge I've seen, there was 5, and so I kind of gave myself a little bit more room to have more packs in, basically. And so I went onto James Turner's website and I put it in that I wanted 5 different kind of items to come up. On the website there is an option so you can select to have 1 game pack, 1 expansion pack and 1 stuff pack, and I did select that option only because I did not want to have 5 stuff packs, because that would have been so difficult. And so I chose that option, and so I knew that at least I would get 1. But when I got the result, so I basically clicked it, and I clicked it 5 times. So because I'm using 5 different packs, I just decided to click it 5 times, and in 3 of the times that it actually did, or maybe it was 2, I believe that Spooky Day came up, which is really happy that I didn't get that, because Spooky Day is actually my least favourite pack that we have in the game. I don't actually mind My First Pet stuff. I know there's a lot of controversy behind it, but some of the items in the pack is actually alright. I was just hoping that I wasn't going to get Spooky Day, and luckily I didn't get Spooky Day. The options that I got was Seasons, City Living, Get to Work, Spa Day and Cool Kitchen stuff, and I'm really surprised because out of all the packs I got 3 expansion packs, so I was really happy about it. And I mean, Get to Work, I didn't really know how to use it, but I checked in the build details and there still is Get to Work in this build somewhere. I think I used a calendar in one of the girls' bedrooms, and that's from Get to Work. But with Seasons, I'm really happy because I absolutely love that pack. With City Living, the same goes. I wasn't really going to use as much City Living in this kind of house because I wanted it to be more of a typical kind of small family home instead of more like an apartment kind of build. I didn't want it to be too modern. I just wanted it to be a little bit suburban. With Get to Work, like I mentioned, I didn't really think I'd use it that much, but I did in the end. Spa Day, I'm really happy about that because Spa Day, it has my favourite tiles in the game. I always use the Spa Day tiles in the bathroom. I just absolutely love them. And Cool Kitchen stuff as well, which I'm really happy because I do really like that pack, and I wanted some counters to play with because we have no counters in any of the expansions that we've ever got, apart from Get to Work, which obviously I did get as well, but it's only the bar stool counter, so one where you can have a bar stool on the counter and you can kind of sit there. There is no normal counters in that pack, so I'm really happy that I got Cool Kitchen stuff because then I was able to play around with the different counters in the different swatches. I am thinking the next time that I do one of these randomized pack builds or limited pack builds, I'll probably do a 3-pack version, so I'll only use 3 packs, and I might give myself the challenge and not even select the option to have an expansion or a game pack, and that could just end up me having to do a build with 3 stuff packs, which would be quite interesting. It would basically be a base game plus build with just a few stuff packs. If that does happen, I really hope Laundry Day is one of them, because Laundry Day is my favourite pack that we have for a stuff pack. I absolutely love that pack. But yeah, so anyway, talking about the build a little bit, so as you can kind of see, I've gone for a kind of bungalow kind of style. There's only 1 level in this house. I didn't want to make a massive house. I just wanted to make a cute little family house, and I actually have a really nice backstory for this house. And so I imagine the people that live here, I'm kind of got the story from To All the Boys I Love, I believe it's called. It's on Netflix. It's a really good film, and I watched it not too long ago, and I was thinking about making a family like that in the game, and then I just never really got round to it. And when I was building this house, it just kind of come to me, and it's kind of the backstory for this house. So basically, a single dad lives here with his 2 daughters. in the film that this is like referencing, or in the film of To All the Boys I Love, the mum actually passed away. I don't know what's actually happened to the mum. Maybe the dad's just divorced and he has the children, and maybe they've got nothing to do with their mum. I'm not really sure on the actual backstory part of the mum. But he's a single dad. I was kind of thinking that he was either in the police career, hospital kind of career, like a doctor or a vet. I wanted something like that. I didn't want him to have like a kind of standard business job. I kind of imagined that he would do something that would help people in some way, so either the police career, the hospital career, or the vet career. Either or, I'm not really sure. And then the two daughters, so we have one little girl. In the film there's actually 3 daughters, but in this build I only made it for 2. So I actually imagine that one of the girls was maybe a university student. I know we don't actually have university in the game, and I'm really hoping that we're getting it soon. I keep on thinking in my mindset that we're going to get it in the next possible month or so. That's what I keep on thinking. I'm hoping that we actually do. I'm just positively thinking, basically. I know that obviously nothing's confirmed or anything like that, but I just keep on thinking that it's coming. But I just kind of imagine that that daughter was maybe a teenager going into young adult, and she's a university student. Maybe she studies something like architecture or art or something like that. I'm not completely sure. I gave her the freelancer's desk, which is not actually called the freelancer's desk. I don't think it's the desk that we got with the freelancer career. I'm just going to refer to it as the freelancer desk because that's when we got it with all them kind of packs. So that's her kind of little backstory, that she's a student. She just lives at home with her dad, maybe to help around the house and something like that. In the film, the sister actually goes away to Scotland to do university, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted her to live here, and it would make sense as well because I did make her a bedroom. And the other daughter is maybe like a child. She's a really carefree kind of child. She doesn't really care what anyone thinks. She absolutely loves her sister. She idolises her sister. And so yeah, so that was kind of the backstory for it. I absolutely love that backstory, and like I said, it was influenced from To All the Boys I Love. If you haven't seen it, it's a really good film, and I think there's actually a second part of it coming out, like maybe like a sequel or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that was kind of the backstory for the people that live in this house. I'm unsure if this house is actually going to be in my save file. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in my save file or not. I just absolutely love this house, and I really love the backstory that I've created for the people to live here. So I'm just unsure what I'm going to do with it. I feel like I probably will end up putting it in my save file though, my backstory in my save file though, because I absolutely love it. But anyway, as you can kind of see, the main structure of the house has come together. I've already done the garden, and now I'm going around and just curving the edge of the roof trims. So I've actually recently learned this trick, and I actually did this at the very end. When I went to go and take the screenshots, I felt like it looked very bare, just having like the slanted roofs. I wanted to create that kind of cutesy effect, and so all you do is you hit Shift C, and then it gives you more options to be able to do the roofs in all these different kinds of way, and it's a really cool little trick. I'm so happy that I've learned it. So that's what you do. You just press Shift C, and then you can kind of curve the edges of the eaves and stuff, and it's really nice, and I feel like it just kind of made this house even more cuter. But anyway, moving on, I'm now going in and doing the interior. So as always, I did the wallpapering and the flooring off camera just because it takes me so long to figure out which ones I want to use. I actually used a flooring which I normally use this flooring, but I never use it in this swatch. This is kind of like a lighter wood to one that I normally use, and it's base game, so I used it. And then I also just used the base game white wallpaper, which I absolutely love. Probably one of my favourite wallpapers in the game. It's just a nice wallpaper, and I really love the little edges on the top and the bottom. Absolute favourite. And obviously in the kitchen I had to use the Cool Kitchen stuff counters because I had the Cool Kitchen stuff pack and I wasn't not going to use it. So I used them in this kind of light to brown kind of swatch. I used them not too long ago in my modern villa build. I think that might have been my last build on YouTube. I used them in there, but I used them in a completely different swatch. But in this one, I kind of wanted to give the house a toned down kind of feeling. I didn't want it to be too colourful. I just wanted it to be a nice kind of palette of light colours together, and so I decided to use this version in this swatch. But as you can kind of see, the kitchen is kind of like this awkward kind of shape, but I kind of made it work. It's just got everything you need in it. It's got a microwave, it's got a fridge and an oven and a sink and all that, and I actually put this shelf just above the window to kind of make it look like a window ledge. I haven't done that in a while. I literally was obsessed with doing it not too long ago, and I kind of stopped doing it, but I did it in this build because I absolutely love it, and I just think it just makes it more cutesy, and it just makes it look more lived in, because you would normally typically tend to have some kind of things on your window ledge in your kitchen, or I do anyway. So I just added that, and as you can kind of see, I'm just finishing up the kitchen now. I did just use that red shelf, which is a CC object, and it's linked in the description box down below. I've been asked about it, and I've now just put it in my description box, so if you want to download it, you can. Basically, it's just a CC item which allows you to move things to a certain height, so you don't have to press the 9 key a load of times, and if you don't actually keep it in your build, then your build won't be classed as CC, and it's just a really easy way to help you move objects up onto a certain level without just having to spam in the 9 key. But moving on, I'm just doing the little lounge area. So I really wanted to use this base game sofa, which we got, the 3-seater one, but I just really want it in a 2-seater, and I tried to match it, and the best possible sofa I could find to match it was with the Seasons one, and I kind of just wish that we had it in a 2-seater. We have another base game sofa that's in a similar kind of swatch, but it's not got the same kind of texture, so I'm hoping one day that we get more, I'm hoping that we get more recolours for that sofa as well, because we only actually have 3 recolours of that sofa. We have this cream one, we have an orange one, and a green one, I believe, and it's a really nice standard sofa, and I'd love more of them type of sofas in the game, but I would just love if they could recolor that. And so I used that one and just tried to pair it with the Seasons one, because it was the best 2-seater that I could find to just kind of make it match and make it look like a similar kind of collection. I also did just finish off the lounge room, and I just added like a little TV area in there, and then there was just like dead space, and so I just put an easel in there. Like I said, maybe the university student's an architecture student, or she does art or something, and so there's an easel in there, so if she wants to, she can just use that, or you could buy her a tablet. I didn't actually add a tablet into this build, the drawing tablet, but you can add one in if you want to download this and play with this house. As always, this house will be on the gallery, so if you want to download it, you can search my Origin IG, that's the Instagram ID, which is JessicapieYT, or you can search the hashtag JessicapieYT and then just Jessicapie as well, the hashtag, and you'll find my builds that way, and then you can download it and play with it. And obviously, if you download this, you can just add whatever you want in, or whatever you think is missing in this house. But yeah, so moving on, I'm just doing this little dining room, and I used the cool kitchen table. Obviously, I wanted to try and match the chairs, but I couldn't do it. I used the City Living ones, and they're in a similar kind of wood tone, but they don't have the exact same swatch, which, to be honest, it's not that surprising. But I tried to just match it anyway, and I just used a darker tone of wood. But I am just cluttering up this little hallway area. So this section of the house, you can see these 3 doors. All 3 of these doors lead to the bedrooms. So this house has 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and I wanted all the bedrooms to be cluttered together. I don't normally tend to do this if I ever do lower houses, but then again, I never really tend to build 1-story houses, so maybe I do, I just can't think. But whenever I personally play in my own personal time, in my own gameplay, I always like bedrooms to be clustered together, so I can always just zoom out a little bit when they're all going to sleep, and then I can see if anyone wakes up. It's just easier for me, especially with the kids as well, because kids will just randomly wake up in the middle of the night and stuff, and so I just decided to put the floor plan so they're all kind of clustered together and all into one. But you can kind of see I've now moved on, and I'm doing the bathroom. So for the bathroom, I use a Seasons toilet collection or bathroom collection. So I use the Seasons bathtub, the Seasons sink, and the Seasons shower as well. I use the base game toilet though. I think that toilet's called, I think it's just called John. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure there's a toilet in the game that's called John, and I think it might be that one. So in this bathroom, I did something that I don't actually never tend to do, which actually really surprises me, because I'm a massive fan of cluttering up my houses. I really like adding clutter. It's kind of what I spend the majority of my building time doing, is just adding loads of different objects to make it look lived in. And I always add shelves and all that kind of stuff just to kind of add on to the clutter, but I've never thought about actually putting a shelf above the toilet, and I did it in this build, and I just saw this perfect space in between the shower and the wall, and then underneath is the toilet, and I just thought it was a little bit empty and a little bit bare, and so I decided to just add this little shelf just above the toilet, which I think just fits so perfectly. And maybe it's got some shampoo bottles on there, some aftershave, all that kind of toilet stuff that you might need. And I do tend to put shelves in my toilets, but I never really tend to think about putting them above the toilet, so it's just something that I've done today, which I really like, and I'm probably going to try and implement that into more of my builds, because I really like the effect that it has onto the little bathroom, and it just kind of makes it look a little bit more exciting, because bathrooms can be really boring to furnish and to kind of look at anyway. But as you can see, I've now moved on and I'm doing the master bedroom in this house. So this is where I imagine that the dad would live. Obviously you can have any kind of sim live in this house, but I just kind of imagined a dad would live here with his 2 daughters, and this is his bedroom. He has the biggest bedroom in the house, and I just want to say before I forget, I did actually plan on leaving the floor plan footage in for this one, but because I actually made this room so big, when it came to furnishing I realised how big I made it, and so I had to go back and just completely bulldoze the floor plan and just redo it. And so because of that, I'll leave a overhead view of the floor plan so you can kind of get a grasp of what it looks like. I mean, I imagine that you probably can anyway, but just in case you want to maybe rebuild this on console or anything, I'll leave it in the screenshot so you can see it then. But I just made this bedroom so big when I originally first did the floor plan that I could not make it that big. It was enormous, so I had to change it. Anyway, as you can kind of see, I've just added some little chairs in here and a little dresser. I was debating adding a little desk in here as well, because maybe there isn't actually a family computer, so maybe he just wants his own little computer or a laptop or whatever. But in the space that I had for it, it was right as you come in through the door, and I didn't want to block the door. I could have still done it like a tile over, but I decided not to, and I decided just to pull out a bookcase that we got from Seasons. It's probably one of my favourite bookcases in the game. I absolutely love it. I just kind of wish that it came in a smaller version, because in this bookcase it's only available for medium wall heights. I think you can size it down and it still works, but I'm pretty sure you can anyway, but I never really tend to size it down just in case that it doesn't work, unless then I've got like loads of other bookcases in the house which I'll know works. But anyway, besides the point, as you can kind of see, I'm just cluttering up this bookcase now, and I used the light wood tone, and when I actually selected this and pulled it out of the catalogue, I then went around and just changed the tone of the other woods in the room just slightly, just to match it, as they all are in a similar kind of collection. I knew that I'd probably have some matching swatches, and so that's why I did that. But as you can see, I've now moved on and I'm doing the youngest daughter's bedroom. So this is the bedroom for the child and kind of like the carefree kind of kid in this household. She's the one that looks up to her sister, and in this bedroom I went for a really light theme. And one of the things I was happiest about when I realised I was able to use Seasons in this build is the bed. I absolutely love that single bed. It's my favourite single bed that we have in the game. I've said this before in previous videos, but it's literally my favourite thing that we have, or one of the favourite things that just came with Seasons, apart from obviously the whole weather aspect of it. It comes in so many lovely swatches, and that swatch that I use is actually my favourite swatch in the game, and it's the one that I always tend to use just because I just love it so much. And I love the little curtains on the side of it with the little pink flowers. I just think it's adorable. But you can kind of see I'm just doing this little desk area over here, and in this little desk area I wanted to clutter it up with loads of teddy bears and just toys. I kind of felt like she would probably play with a lot of toys and she would have a lot of toys, and so I just cluttered that little desk area up. I used the Seasons desk in the white swatch and then a Seasons chair in a kind of white and oak wood swatch. The oak wood that I used, or not the oak wood, the kind of like lighter wood, just matches the rest of the house, and it just kind of keeps the symmetry with all the palette colours, and I just absolutely love that little desk area in the corner. But now I am just adding a little chest of drawers, so I used the white one which we got with Seasons. That is probably my favourite chest of drawers in that colour. I don't really like the other swatches, I think they're quite questionable, but I really like it in the white swatch and also the dark brown swatch. But in this build, because she has the matching bedside table, I decided to kind of keep it in all the same collection and just use it. I also did add the little dollhouse into this build as well, because I wanted her to be able to play with something. But now moving on, I'm doing the last bedroom in this house, and that is the teenage girl's bedroom, or the young adult's bedroom. This is for the child that I imagine is probably a university student, but she lives at home. And this bedroom is probably my favourite bedroom in the house. I absolutely love this bedroom. I just love the way it came together, and I use this really pastel green wallpaper which I absolutely love, and I just paired it with loads of base game white furniture. I kind of call that furniture in the IKEA collection because there's some IKEA furniture that actually looks like that. I'm also giving her a little desk kind of study area in the corner. Like I said, I imagine that she was probably a university student, and so she would have to have a desk with loads of books, and so I added the freelance bookcase as well, which we got in a free update not too long ago, and then the same desk which kind of looks like it's got a load of files underneath it, so I kind of thought it was fitting to have a student be in this room. I do actually go in and just replace that little lamp on her desk with just like a little fishbowl as well. I just wanted her to have like a little pet in her room, which I thought was really nice and fun. But yeah, I'm actually going to wrap up this voiceover here. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this little limited pack build. I had a lot of fun doing it, so if you've got any more requests for certain packs or anything, let me know in the comment section down below. But as always guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you do end up liking my content, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speedbuilding video. Bye guys.